Gillian! I guess he didn't make it.
Don't bury me so fast. I'm right here.
Don't you even know how to ride a motorcycle?
Gillian, it's not much farther to Queen's Hospital, and you could probably use the exercise anyway. Why don't we just continue the rest of the way like this?
Hello and welcome back to Cyberpunk
We've arrived
Adventure.
at Queen's Hospital.
So, this is the place, huh?
Random, are you sure you know what you're doing? This isn't going to be a field trip, you know. We may not come back.
And the bounty for this one will more than make up for it.
If you're around to spend it, that is.
Gillian, let's get going.
And welcome back to Cyberpunk Adventure Snatcher. When we last left off, we died. Almost. But now, let's head in. Alright, now entering their security system. Clock disabled. Alright, Random, let's go. I'm ready for anything. Alright, I'll open the door. We're inside the hospital. It's really quiet in here. There's gotta be an entrance to the lower level in here somewhere. Yeah, we kinda saw it. Gillian, let's try switching on my light. It's black in here, ain't it? Turn on light. Alright, turn your lights on. Yes, sir. Coming on. The light is on. I will turn control of it over to you, Gillian. To operate the light with the direction key, press C, blah 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 blah. Make sure that objects you wish to examine are centered in the light beam. I'll let you handle it, Gillian. Investigate. They run under this desk. Perhaps its desk is assigned to slide. I think you're right. So, let's look at it. There are rails on the floor. Rails? That's funny. Maybe this is the way to the lower level. There must be a switch somewhere. What's this? Face to face. Doesn't this look like the picture that was on the wall at the chief's office? That's famous optical illusion, isn't it? I get it. Their eyes don't seem to register optical illusions. Better check that out. It's not something a human would notice easily. It could be a sign of some kind. Investigate it? I bet this vase is some kind of switch. Alright, I will try lifting it up. Oh! The desk slid to one side, revealing a stairway leading down.
This apparently leads down to a lower level.
It looks like Jamie was right. Queen's Hospital does have a basement.
And that basement is the Snatcher's main lair. Out of the frying pan and into the fire, as they say. Well, what do we do now, Gillian?
Oh, let's see. Let's give it a peep. It appears to go straight down. Okay. Let's investigate it with the motion detector. I don't really read anything at the moment. Investigate the stairway. Unlike the hallway, these stairs do not have any dust on them. Okay. Now, in other words, our friends use this, right? Let's go.
It's a very narrow stairway. We'll have to go down single file.
Okay, who's going to take the point?
That's obvious. The guy with the light.
Hey, that's not fair.
Well, well, what do we have here?
It's the hospital corridor.
It's the same hallway, but not the one that's on the first floor.
So what does that mean?
An entire floor of Queen's Hospital has been duplicated underground.
So the same floor is both upstairs and downstairs, sort of like parallel worlds.
So that desolate setup upstairs is all just a smokescreen. They're making it look like the place is closed down, but in reality, they're keeping themselves quite busy.
Gillian, that means we're already right in the middle of their headquarters. Please use extreme caution.
Okay, gotta blast them. Alright. Let's investigate the desk for switches. There are switches here to open the doors. Okay. Let's talk to random. Never know where they could be hiding. Let's keep conversation to an absolute minimum. Oh, okay. Let's see. Look, the area? There's a reception booth in the middle of the floors, as upstairs, and there are 3 doors off the hallway. Everything is exactly the same. It's like we've jumped through time or something. Oh, let's see the floor. It's been polished quite meticulously. Nothing like upstairs at all. I see. There's a linoleum floor, huh? I guess. Reception desk. The monitors and control consoles appear well cared for. In other words, this stuff gets looked at regularly. We better be real careful. So you look at the switches. There are switches here just like the first floor. So they work the doors just like upstairs, huh? Okay. Examine it. I'm not reading every movement. We are the only ones in the area. Okay. Floor. It's waxed rather nicely. I just can't imagine a bunch of snatchers crawling around waxing floors. They seem to like things tidy, don't they? It's obvious they use different, it's obviously used differently from the floor above. Reception desk. Design of the reception booth is the same as upstairs. Monitors? It has been used quite recently. The monitors are still warm. What's this? Unlike the first floor, there are only 2 door switches. Interesting. Well, let's hit switch 1. Alright, I'll push switch 1. Door 1, open. Number 2, I'll push switch 2. Door 2, open. Okay. Door number 1. Alright, let's check out the first room. We're in room 1. Lights are on, unlike upstairs. Take a look around. Alright, let's look over the entire room. It's a Snatcher! Don't scare me like that. It's just a specimen. Interesting. Let's, take a smell. Whoa, the smell from those drugs could knock a guy down. Take a look around. There's an operating table in the middle of the room. This appears to be their real treatment area. With these lights, it actually looks like a real hospital. Ceiling. Various X-ray devices have been installed in the ceiling. You don't really want that, but okay. Monitors. A number of brand new medical monitors are installed. The table. It appears to be a standard operating table. Cables run from a number of machines around the room. And the skeleton. It's a model of the human skeleton, no doubt used for anatomical study. Investigate around the room. There's nothing of note besides the medical equipment. Ceiling. Besides standard X and gamma rays, they also project neutron and proton particle beams with this equipment. I would suspect that it's used in cancer treatment. That would make sense. These monitors are for ultrasound, MRI scanners, and other imaging equipment. They're already connected to nearby machines. Okay, the table. Surface bed is still quite warm, as if someone was just lying here until moments ago. Interesting. What can you detect? I'm not picking up any movement, at least not anymore. There was some movement, but I've lost it now. Uh-oh. And the skeleton? This is rather grotesque. It's somewhat distorted. For a medical model, it's quite inaccurate. Alright, let's look over the entire room. Uh-oh. Skeleton's gone. It was definitely there a moment ago. I read movement. This room. Gillian, watch it. Shoot! Aim for the head!
Did I get it?
The Snatcher's functions have been terminated. There's no doubt now that this is their maintenance facility. This one was probably still waiting to get its artificial skin installed.
So this is what they really look like, huh?
Yeah, that's the scariest thing about them. You can't tell them from real people once they've got that skin on.
Perhaps that's humanity's great weakness. We're always judging books by their cover.
And it's just that human weakness that they're out to take advantage of.
All right, Random. Metal, let's go. The HQ's junk squad can take care of him later. We've got an investigation to do.
I think it's definitely dead or terminated this time. Yes, all its functions have ceased. I don't read any residual energy either. Are you hit, Gillian? Yeah, but just once, don't worry. I was quite a tough customer. Get a few hundred of those together, and that would be it. Gillian, let's get on with the investigation. Okay. Smells like burning machinery. Yeah. Can we examine the Snatcher? His functions have been completely terminated. It won't be moving again. The remains of Snatcher are on the floor. Yeah, but... what the heck is that fluid? Okay, well... let's go out in the hall. Just like that last one, you never know when they might pop out. Keep your blaster ready, Gillian. We're in the hospital's hallway. Door number 2. Let's take a look in the second room. We're in room number 2. Look at this, some kind of testing equipment is running. It's a real nasty sound. Gets on my nerves. What's it smell like? Ooh, what a smell. Something smells like rotting fish or something. That's the smell of decomposing protein. So that's the smell of cancerous skin cells, like Gibson wrote about, eh? That skeleton back there was probably waiting to get his skin here, eh? Do you think this place is only used for skin treatment? Could be. Let's see. Take a look at the shelf. There are a number of jars of formaldehyde and other chemicals. Containers? Perhaps they're culturing skin cells. Okay. Investigate the shelf. Everything is quite neatly organized. There are samples of monoclonal antibodies. What in the world is that? Antibodies are said to have beneficial effects on cancerous melanomas. There's no mistake. This is definitely their maintenance hospital. Okay. Around the room. The room is illuminated with red light. Makes for a very disquieting atmosphere. What are they doing here? What's all these samples? Looks like more than a place to treat skin cancer. Ceiling. Argon lasers. Argon dye lasers. It's a device for selectively destroying certain types of cancer cells. They also have the latest gene cannon. Gene cannon. Ugh. Okay. Everything is quite neatly organized. DNA synthesizer, DNA sequencers, nucleic acid extractor, chromatography equipment, automatic pipetting devices. That's a particle accelerator used to generate steam of heavy particles for a number of different treatment techniques. The machine is in standby mode. Monitors say? There's quite an impressive array of equipment. Some university hospitals are not stocked like this well. NMR, nuclear magnetic resonance microscopes, STM, scanning tunnel microscopes, high voltage electron microscopes, electron beam holography cameras, street cameras. Gillian, the Snatchers obviously possess much greater intelligence than we have previously given credit for. Nevertheless, their technology seems somewhat dated. That was all Metal Gear, I guess. Dated? What do you mean by that? The equipment and techniques that they're using, most of these methods were abandoned years ago. This is well behind the current level of technology in most developed countries. It's a rough approximation, but I would say they are 20 to 30 years behind the times. What's more, judging from the imbalance of the research materials here, it appears to be primarily the work of one individual. You're telling me that all this work on the Snatcher's artificial skin is being carried out by one person and not some government institution? The design of this lab itself is in violation of a number of biohazard prevention safety codes. While a few safety cabinets have been installed, there is no autoclave or gas sterilizer anywhere. This is quite far from P4 level. I would sincerely doubt this lab was set up by a government or any other large organization. Interesting. Let's get out of here. I feel sick. So Gillian, now it's just down to room number 3. We're in the hospital's hallway. Well, let's take a look at door number 3. They are the same doors we saw on the first floor. You switch 1. Alright, I'll push switch 1. Door 1 closed. Switch 2. Alright, I'll push switch 2. Door 2 closed. There's one up. In the operating room, there's bound to be others. You never know, they could be hiding anywhere around here. I don't know, for a supposed hideout, there aren't that many of them. You never know where they could be hiding. Let's keep conversation to an absolute minimum. Let's see here. Is there any more switches? There are only 2 buttons here. Only 2 buttons. Maybe it can be opened by using the 2 buttons. 1 and 2 at the same time?
Alright, let's try pushing both buttons simultaneously.
The 2 buttons are on opposite panels, so there's no way one person can push them both alone. But if 2 of us work together, it might do it.
That's it, Gillian. It makes perfect sense. It's the same system they used to use in nuclear missile silos in the late 20th century. Eliminates the risk of one man going nuts and acting alone.
Well, it's hard to be sure, but let's give it a try anyway. I've got button 1. Random, you push number 2. You ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Come on!
You did it! Door number 3 opened.
With safety measures like that, they must have had a good reason for wanting to keep it closed.
Yeah, looks like it. But I think we're gonna call this a video. When we come back, well, we're gonna have to explore door number 3. Things are definitely not looking well around here. But that'll be for next time. Have a good one, folks.